Hey guys, Inversify here, and I'm back with my week 3 team builder against the Pittsburgh Sphealers. We're 0-2 right now, so definitely not what we want, but hopefully we can win this game and get our season back on track. So, my opponent's team is Mega Scizor, Latias, Thundurus-T, Nidoking, Entei, Primarina, Lickilicky, Regirock, Medicham, Volibee, and Superior. So definitely a pretty scary team. It's got a lot of threats. But yeah, let's just get into what I brought. So first off, I have the Mega Slowbro for the first and only time, because I'm going to drop it for Mega Pinsir, because I don't really like this kind of team. It's like semi-stally and it just hasn't been working out. But it is a good switch in to Entei and Medicham. And I do have some Spadef on it because Entei gets Solar Beam. So Bloom Doom is definitely a possibility. And I wanted to be able to live a Sacred Fire and a Bloom Doom and then slack off and then basically be able to wall him from there, because he wouldn't really go for Solar Beam since 2-turn move I could just switch out. But yeah, that's pretty much what this Mega Slowbro is going to do. Not really going for a calm mindset, just because there's a lot of things that force me out. But yeah, kind of just a bulky pivot. You know, Scald is just there in general. Like, Scald and Psyshock just stab moves. And then Ice Beam for something like the Thundurus or the Latias trying to switch in. We'll take a good chunk from Ice Beam. Next up, we have the Blissey. With Heal Bell, Rocks, Seismic Toss, and Soft Boiled. So my opponent's team really does not have great options for removing hazards. He has the Mega Scizor, the Latias, and the Volibee, all of which definitely have some flaws in them as defoggers. And he also has a couple of his threats definitely Stealth Rock weak, such as the Thundurus and the Entei, which so Rocks will definitely help me in the matchup. And yeah, this thing is pretty much just here to try and stop all of his threatening special sweepers like Thundurus, say, which can force Mega Slowbro out. Pretty much fully physically defensive, because there's not really any reason to run Spadef. Basically everything can hit me on the physical side that I'm trying to wall. Like Thundurus gets superpower, Latias Psyshock, Nidoking gets superpower, Primarina actually can't touch me really, but that's the one exception, and I'm gonna be walling it either way. And I guess Superior can't touch me either, but like, I don't know how great of a switch. I mean, yeah, I can take some hits, but I'm not doing too much to Superior, especially if he has the Leech Seed. But yeah, Heal Bell is just there because I think he could bring Toxic on his Entei, because he realizes that Mega Slowbro is just a really good switch into it, and Mega Slowbro hates Toxic. So that's why that's there. Alright, and to the next member of the team, we have a Choice Banded Sawk. This thing kind of just destroys his team. Yeah, pretty much normal coverage except Fire Punch over a Rock move, because Mega Scizor, even though I just don't really need any other move. Like his fighting resists are like Thundurus, which doesn't really take a banded close combat that well. Nidoking doesn't either. Primarina will die to Poison Jab. Latias dies to knock off. And then like Medicham, which also is not bulky at all. Yeah, not really much to say about that. It's kind of just it's a good fit for the matchup. And next up we have Staraptor. This can act as a revenge killer to stuff like Superior, which otherwise could roll through my team. Yeah, I don't feel like there's much else to say about this one either. I went for Intimidate over Reckless because I've been getting swept recently, and I don't really want to get swept by Mega Scizor. Even though I do have the Slowbro, it's like, I don't know. I figured Intimidate would be better for the Scizor than dealing a little bit extra damage. And next we have the Assault Vest Mew. Ice Beam, Volt Switch, Earth Power, and Flamethrower. So, yeah. He does have a lot of threatening special attackers. And, I don't know. Definitely something could happen to Blissey with all the things that have the potential to learn fighting physical moves. Even though I am fully physically defensive, I just decided to go with the Assault Vest Mew. I think it just has a pretty good matchup. He probably won't be expecting it to be so bulky and then also deal a lot of damage because I'm heavily invested in special attack, and pretty much just have coverage that beats his entire team plus Volt Switch. So yeah, not much else to say about that. And finally we have the Hydreigon with the Haban Berry. I was heavily debating what berry to go here between Haban Berry for the Latias, because I think he could run Scarf just like my week 1 opponent who had Latios ran Scarf to outspeed this. I also debated between Yachi Berry for the Nidoking and what's it called? I don't remember. But oh yeah, Chople Berry for the Thundurus. So Von Berry also helps against the Superior if my Staraptor somehow dies, because he'll probably be running Dragon Pulse to hit the Hydreigon, which I can eat up and then go for like a Flamethrower or a Draco Meteor or a U-turn, something. But yeah, that is the team, and now we will get into the replay. Alright guys, we are back with the match. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So he leads off with his Nidoking as I lead off with my Sawk, because I figure it'll be good to do anything. And then I have a feeling that he's not really staying in, and even if he does stay in, I feel like Knockoff is better than a fighting move, because obviously he does resist fighting, and Knockoff's just solid versus team. He only has 1 resist in Primarina, but that doesn't have great physical defense, and it's just nice to knock off an item. Very spammable move, as he decides to go into his Latias, and that will just drop. So that's good. That's a fighting resist down, as he does go into the Primarina, which I'm fine with. I can just go into my Blissey. He does make a good double into Entei, so I go into my Slowbro. As he goes for the Howl, and I was a bit confused here. Why he would bring Howl when it's like I have the Mega Slowbro, but I don't know. I go for the Mega Slowbro. He does reveal that he has the Bloom Doom, and I am able to live. As a Scald doesn't quite knock him out, but I am able to just stay in on this and slack off. So yeah, he goes into his Primarina, reveals the Shadow Ball, but Primarina isn't touching Blissey, as I take this opportunity to get up my rocks, and then I'll go back into my Mega Slowbro. he goes for the Sacred Fire. Doesn't get the burn, but he does get it on the second one. As I just go for the Psyshock. Probably could have slack offed there. That probably would have been a better play, but it's fine. As yeah, the Mega Slowbro, it doesn't really have too much use. He has like all special attackers left, and it's not really doing anything. So I was hoping he might overpredict the Blissey to come out and like go for a superpower, and then I could deal some good damage to him with Ice Beam. But he does make the nice play and just goes for a Thunderbolt right off the bat. So here he does reveal the superpower. As I just went for the Seismic Toss. Now I calc this, I should be able to live without a crit, and I do. So I'll just be able to soft boiled here. And now really he needs a crit to do anything to me. As I soft boiled again. He sets up a nasty plot, but that's still not doing too much damage to me. Yeah. So he's going to go for a Dark Pulse, try and get a flinch on me, as I would just Seismic Toss again. So I will go into my Mew on this Nidoking, as he does reveal the Poison Jab, which is a good play. Yeah, he's going to switch out in fear of like a Scarf or something. I'm just going to go for a Volt Switch, go right back into my Blissey. As he just goes for a Moonblast, and obviously it's not going to do anything, because it's Blissey. So now this Nidoking is actually looking like a problem, but the Poison Jabs, I knew a physical set could come, but Blissey's still eating that up pretty well. I decide I don't really need the Blissey anymore, as he does get the high roll. Or actually, no, it's not that high of a roll. What am I saying? But yeah, I'll go into my Staraptor here and finish it off with Brave Bird, as he then goes into his Lickilicky. So I'm going to go right into my Sawk here, as he goes for a Wish. I think it's pretty obvious that he's going into his Primarina to try and take a close combat, so I just go for the Poison Jab. And yeah, that's pretty much the game, as I'll just switch back in my Staraptor and get the Intimidate, as he just goes for a Wish. And now all he's trying to do is really stall me out of close combats, but he's not taking too much, as he does knock off my Choice Band, which makes the game a little bit longer, but like it's still a Sawk against a Lickilicky, and yeah, he's not doing too much. So he's just gonna Wish Protect a little bit, which is fine with me, really. As we do pick up the win against the Pittsburgh Sphealers, our first win of the season, 1-2, and now we get the transactions. I think my team definitely got a lot better with these, as we dropped the Mega Slowbro for Mega Pinsir, we dropped the Blissey for the Swampert, and dropped the Wobbuffet for the Monferno. So definitely more options for rocks, and kind of just like focusing my team more on like a bird spam core, although it is very physically offensive. It's kind of the one flaw I have with it, but I don't know. It's not perfect, but it's better. And still do have some hard-hitting special threats like the Hydreigon and the Mew in the back. But anyways, I will see you guys next week.